in some of my other stuff talking about mental health, but today I want to specifically talk about this. One of the problems with the day and age now is with treating those who are sick, have mental health issues, that need help. And the system is failing these people. We see so much how these people are reaching out, they're trying to get help. They go and they get a psychiatrist, they get a therapist, they're doing all of the steps that they should be doing. And what ends up happening? They get prescribed meds that have been put out by the big pharma companies. And who controls these big pharma companies? Who's getting a little kickback from all the money that's coming through these companies? The government. And so it is a never ending cycle of searching and searching and searching for something that will work for you. And for some people, they do. And for some people, they believe that, it's doing something for them. And I feel those are the people that are content in living like a zombie. Because that's really what a lot of these medications do to you. They make you tired. They make you want to sleep. They make you groggy. And you know what? I think a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but there are a good few people that think that that's perfectly okay. And that that's a way to exist and live. And if you want to be a zombie, go ahead. I will not stop you. I wish you wouldn't, because that's no way to live in my mind. But here's the flip side of that. Do you really feel that these medications are doing what they say they will help do for you? Like for me, I will use me as an example, okay? I am a paranoid schizophrenic. Yes, I cannot go out and be around people that I do not trust. And so with my condition, there is zero medications that I have tried, and I have tried 8 different kinds, guys. They do not do what they promise they do. The only thing I've ever had as a symptom lessening on any of the medications I've tried for my condition was a little bit less paranoid. That's not helping me. I still cannot go out and function. I still hear a voice in my mind. So here's the thing. Is they're pushing these medications on the people with these mental health problems that basically just keep you zombified. They make you groggy. They make you want to sleep. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. Um, I am not a priest, but who said I'm a priest? But anyways, one of the things is they want to keep you as subdued as possible. And it is because that is the way they classify anybody with mental health. If you're majorly depressed, if you're having thoughts of suicide, if you're a schizophrenic like myself, they want to keep you as pacified and subdued as possible. So, what is one of the main things that I can say that I always felt whenever I took these medications? I was tired. I wanted to sleep. And when I would wake up in the morning and everything like that, I would have a brain fog. I couldn't function very well. That is what these big pharma companies are doing because that's what they think works for those that have mental health problems. They think making you guys tired, making us tired, I should say, I'm one of them too, making us tired and making us just want to sleep it off and just lounge around and feel like a zombie when we're trying to function during the day is the way to handle us. That's how the government has determined to deal with us. Because, yes, the government has their hand in all of the big pharma. Why do you think nothing really works? And the people that sit there and say that these medications do work because, oh, you know, I can just sleep and I can do whatever, you're part of the problem. I'm sorry, you are. Because you basically are exactly what they want. You're the sheep that they control. If they feel if they can keep you pacified, And they can give you that sense of just, oh, I'll just sleep it off, I'll just go into dreamland and everything like that. That is what they want. And they are getting their money, whether it's through your insurance or out of your pocket. They don't care. They do not care about people with these problems. And so the government just mandates make drugs that just keep them in dreamland. Now, here's the other side of this, guys. And this is the part that I really hate. So, I don't know how many of you really look into the side effects of your drugs, of what your medications you're taking. I've started really, really deep diving and looking into some of the more severe and serious problems that come from these medications. And I have read on more than one of my medication bottles, in full capital letters, it can cause my death. When a medication straight up says in capital letters death, I have a problem with it. And apparently someone had a problem with what I'm saying because it's not showing in my comments. Yeah, when my stuff flags, that means someone had a problem with what I'm saying. Hello, Big Pharma. So, now, I don't know what some of the medications you guys take are and everything like that, but I don't know who you are, so hi, HOA Karen. But anyways, so one of the things is for my type of antipsychotics as a schizophrenic, there are a lot of them that have some very severe side effects. They can cause a lot of problems with organs. One of the primary ones is the heart. And so this can literally cause all sorts of problems with the cardiovascular system, as well as some of them really directly affect the brain. And this can lead to a lot of different causes of death. And so, yes, there is a lot of the times to where it is a problematic thing and stuff like that. And so, for me, it's like, what ultimately should you be doing in order to stay alive? Because these medications can straight up kill you. And the government doesn't care, and neither does the big pharmaceutical companies. As long as it doesn't get so rampant to where it is a problem and it comes to light. Because if a bunch of people start dying, then yes, it's going to come to light. There's going to be a bunch of media about it. But if only so many are, then it's not going to go anywhere. And so, what it really comes down to is the major fact that these people do not care if you live or die. And as I can see in my comments right now, someone clearly has a serious problem with this and what I'm saying. And whenever I see that someone has a serious issue with things I am discussing, especially when it comes to pharmaceutical companies and the government, it is usually someone that is in ties with those people. So, hello, we know who you are. Have a great day. Because I'm going to keep talking about these things. I'm not scared to, because you know what? It's the truth. It's the truth. They do not care about you guys. They really don't. They don't care about any of us. The government and these companies will put out whatever, because as long as some people say, oh, it's working for me, zombifying them, making them tired, want to sleep, because there are people that that's all they want to do. That's all they care about. And so taking something that puts them in that state, they think it's great. And so those very people are the reason that they go ahead and throw these out there, because they're saying, oh, it does, it works for me. I don't hear whatever, or I don't have this experience, because they're sleeping 90% of the time, right? So how are you going to experience anything if you're just tired and doing whatever? I'm sorry. I have a life. I have things I have to do. I can't just be sleeping all day. I have to function. I have to do things. I have responsibilities. I have people that are relying on me to be able to function out my day and do different things. I can't just be a zombie all day. If I was, that would be a scary, scary thing, because I'm responsible for driving for a good few people. So if I can't function and I can't think because I'm a zombie from my medication, I'd be getting in a wreck. I have people who rely on me. I can't have that. And so, if you're taking these medications that they say are supposed to work for you and help you with your symptoms and everything like that, but you're just a living zombie that's just tired and just wants to sleep all day, that's just not a way to live. And that's how the government wants us to be. They think anybody with these mental health issues, that's how they should be handled. They very much think that that is how we should be treated and how we should be classified and dealt with. Is make meds that just keep us all just docile because they think we're a problem. Now, here's the funny side of this, and I'm seeing this over on the West Coast. They shut down mental health facilities that were helping people with the more severe conditions. And so these people that were once in these facilities that were receiving care, that had people actively there to watch and make sure that they were okay and also that they weren't putting other people in danger, are now on the streets. I can't even drive around for 5 minutes without seeing somebody on the streets that clearly has some sort of mental health problems. And I have seen on multiple occasions where these people with the more severe cases who are not getting treatment because they shut down these facilities that were supposed to help them, I have seen on more than one occasion where these people with these problems are harassing people, and it's not because they want to, it's because they don't understand the situation. They're in such a different thought process with their mental acuity and everything like that due to their illnesses that they think they're handling the situation as it should be, but that is not how normal society functions, and they just don't understand this, which is why they need this care and they're not getting it, guys. And we're seeing more and more of this around the US, let alone the world, where different things that are supposed to help people are getting shut down. They're no longer providing these things in care unless you have the money to fork out, which is going to be astronomically high, by the way. And they don't care. They do not care. And I feel like they want this stuff. Like, I feel like they want people that are sick in their minds and everything like that out and about amongst people, because if this is happening, it causes problems. There's already so many societal issues going on right now because there's so many differences of opinion. And it seems like nobody can just have a conversation with each other without wanting to beat each other, berate each other, stab each other, shoot each other, spray each other in the face with pepper spray and all sorts of other things. The world has gotten very, very dark. And so, what's just one more thing of putting out people with mental health problems on the streets mixed in with them? Because then they get involved in these crowds, and you start seeing more and more insane ideologies come out from these people. And then they're at each other's throats. See, and I know I'm kind of getting a little off topic, but bear with me. One of the things of letting these people be out there and not get their proper treatment and everything like that and not have meds that work for them is if they're on the streets and everything like that, the government's getting what they want. Because if people are not properly being treated and they are just being, there's no mental health facilities and stuff and they're just on the streets amongst everybody else, that causes exactly what the government wants. The government wants us distracted right now. They don't want us unified. They want us to hate each other. And we're seeing this more and more day by day. And so if people are not properly getting treated, they're going out there and they have these sick thoughts that are in their heads and they're just running rampant. These are people that need to be getting care, but they're out there on the streets because there's no facilities that'll take them anymore. unless they have a shit ton of money. And so all of these really sick people are out there. And I'm not going to name a bunch of groups. I don't want to do that. This is not what this is about. I'm just saying that this is exactly what the government wants. And they have their hand in all of this. The government's mixed in with all of these big pharmaceutical companies. And they are making this happen because if they keep us all distracted and each other, we're not looking at what the real problem is. And everybody's been so distracted by everything that's going on. All of these groups that hate one another, fighting one another at each other's throats, when they should be pointing the finger at the very government officials that are making it happen. You know how many things are being enacted by the government and people don't even realize? They don't see it. They are so blind to all the things that are getting enacted and thrown in as new laws by the government because they're so distracted by the craziness, all the deaths that have been happening, all of the riots, all of these really violent protests, if you will. Everybody's distracted by that. It's the eye candy. And when you are distracted by these things, the government can enact whatever they want and you're not going to be paying attention. The only ones that are seeing it that are actually looking. Those are the only ones that are even noticing. There is so many things that have been getting thrown out and put into new laws. Take a look. Seriously. Wherever you are, take a look. Now, some areas are not quite as crazy. I will tell you that. So you may not see as much in your area. Depends where you live. But there are certain areas where they're throwing out all sorts of things that are just completely batshit crazy. And so, they're doing this right under your noses, guys. Take care of yourselves. Look into what is going on. And just see and know what is going on in your area. And be straight up. If you are struggling with mental health and everything like that, and you need medications, look into everything. Because these medications can cause more problems for you than they will do helping you. I had straight up one. Okay, I'm sure you guys have heard about it, and I'm not afraid to talk about this. You know the new antipsychotic Caplyta that is being pushed out there? Caplyta, I tried about 2 months or so back, maybe a little longer. And they were like, oh, this is one of the new innovative things. This will really, really help you. This can do a lot for you. A lot of people are saying that it's really, really helping them. It's one of the newer things. I really, really pushed for it, and I got it. You know what it did to me? I could not go to the bathroom. I took it at nighttime, like they said. I went through the night, and I noticed that I was starting to struggle going to the bathroom. I was not able to urinate after using Caplyta until the good mid-afternoon. I was afraid I was going to have to go to the hospital. Caplyta fucked me up, guys. And this is what I mean. These side effects, these things, if you get affected by them and everything like that, they just go, oh well. And then what do? They try another drug on you. And they go, well, we hope that you don't get affected by this one. And that's when I started really paying attention to the labels. And like I said earlier, I've had more than one of my antipsychotic medications for my schizophrenia straight up say in capital letters, it can cause death. It can kill me. And it's because it can affect my heart and my brain. So just, please, be careful. Keep an eye on what your medications can do to you, side effects wise. Because I've had more than one of mine out of the 8 that I've tried, which none have worked properly, that have said that they can kill me for different reasons. It can affect my heart and it can affect my brain. So just be careful, please. All right. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. And to the person that was being a dick in my comments, I hope you fucking live in your own dreamland. You're one of the problem. I wish you the best nonetheless, but you're one of the statistics that's probably going to die from your medications. So I hate to say it, but that's how it goes. If you're so blind that you can't even take a look to see and care for yourself, and you're that hateful about it, you're either one of the people that are putting those meds on people, or you're just so blind that you think it's all fake, that it's a fantasy, that this is just a conspiracy theory. These guys don't care about you. They don't. All right. Bye, guys.